Hey Nikki, Jessica Peterson here. Friday I spoke with Ashley and she accepted this free custom strategy video on your behalf, and I'm super glad she did because we're going to go over a few strategies you can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge difference for this business. And being the head of marketing, I think this is really critical for you guys. Right now you're getting zero traffic to this website organically. No traffic. So you are losing 60 to 70% of this business, or the jobs for this business, every single month. Okay? This website is critical. It's more than just a business card. The older traditional marketing stuff isn't where it's at anymore. Everything is online, and so our websites need to be mobile friendly, and we need to be where our customers are searching, whether they're searching on Google or they're searching on Siri or using ChatGPT. We need to be where our customers are, and this website is that foundation. So I'm going to give you 3 strategies you can start applying right away, and it's really going to make a significant impact for you guys. And I know that it will because I specialize in working with restoration companies, and I've helped over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys employ this strategy and have had huge success. So we're going to talk 3 main things. We're going to talk about your content, your citations, and your backlinks, okay? So, one of the very first things I noticed on the website is you don't have your own domain. You are hosted on a domain for this web provider, okay? That's one major issue by itself. You've got to have your own independent domain, because any type of SEO you apply, once you have your own domain, is going to get lost. You have to have your own domain, okay? And make sure it's secured and all of that. I do like that you have a place to call phone number on top, phone numbers and forms at the top of the page. Once you actually get people to your website, you want to convert them. And so your conversion ratio increases exponentially by having those big click to call buttons and forms right at the top of the page. And you want them on every single page of a website, okay? Now, this website here is a single page site, which also is a major problem. With Google, you must have a separate page for every single service that you offer that allows you to build content and strategy around these services in your area, okay? And if you're servicing multiple service areas, you also need those service area service pages, so that you can focus on the keywords relative to that specific location and actually be found online when your customers are searching in each of those areas. So content is the foundation of everything. Google does not rank based on appearance. It is based on content, and you do need a lot of content. And content includes your videos and images. So each of these images, okay. Each of these images need to be optimized. So here, you have your brand name, but unfortunately, 99% of the time, customers are not looking for your brand because they don't know who you are. No matter how much marketing you put out there, they're not going to know who you are. They're not searching for that, especially in an emergency. They are searching for the services that they need. So they're searching Los Angeles water damage, fire damage restoration Los Angeles, mold removal LA. They are using those type of words, and that's what your website needs to be built around. That's what your foundation has to be. So your keywords need to be saved in those images, and all of this written content then also has to be built around those local keywords. And so the home page is the most important page of the website because it ties all your website pages together in like a nice little pretty bow for Google, so it understands what is going on with this website, what everything has to do with one another. And on the home page, being the most important, you need 1,500 words or more of written content built around those local keywords. And since you are competing with competition online, we always have to do better than they're doing. So if you have 1,500 words and your competitor has 1,500 words, you're going to need more. You're going to need at least 1,800 to 2,000 words for that homepage. So you definitely have to work on your content keyword strategy. Google sends crawlers to your website, and also a lot of this stuff is really slow loading, which also prevents you guys from being able to rank. So there's a lot of ranking factors, but most important is going to be the content. So you need a lot of content. Google sends crawlers to your website, and it scans all your images, all your videos, looking for the content, looking for the keywords, trying to understand where you provide your services. Because your website doesn't have that, Google doesn't understand what you're about or where you serve. And if Google can't understand, how can we expect them to send you any visitors, any customers, okay? So you guys have to really focus on your content and keyword strategy, and do understand that people search differently. So you want to capitalize on those different variations that they use, so you can get as much traffic to this website as you possibly can, okay? So let's look at your top online organic competitor for water damage in LA. And we do have ServPro, and yes, they are a franchise, but you're not competing against the entire franchise. You are competing against these locations, okay? And these guys can't modify their information. They're not allowed to. So you guys have an advantage. All you have to do is do better. You have to have more written content, better quality content, dial in that keyword strategy, add long form blogs, etc. So we just have to do better when it comes to ServPro, and they are absolutely beatable. Now, when your customer does a search like this, we want your website to show up first. And so there's 3 areas that can happen. The first is going to be ads. Those are cost per click ads and local service ads. About 10% of people or so click through those. This next section here is your Google Maps. This 30% of people come straight here. So you want your Google business profile to be one of these top 3 businesses, or you're leaving 30% of revenue on the table and sending those clients to your to your competition. So in order to get in the top 3, you need to optimize your Google business profile and get citations. Citations are simply listing the name of your business, address and phone number and website, and listing those on a bunch of directories like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Glassdoor, the Better Business Bureau, Angie's List, Houzz. All of those are great citations. You need more of those than your competitors, and every single one of those sends additional information to Google to tell them about your business, your services, and where you offer it. So they are critical for your business. And then this third section here, this is your organic section. This is the most important section because 60 to 70% of people click here. They will skip your ads, they will skip your maps, and they come here. So when you're not listed here for each of your services in your areas, you're losing 60 to 70% of your jobs every single month. So in order to get here, it all comes back to the foundation of this website, having it properly built and optimized with the right content and keyword strategy, and then supporting that with your backlink SEO. So this here is the power of this uniweb.com. This here is the power of your site on the subdomain that you have going on. So this is 3.9 out of 100 in Google's trust flow. Google doesn't trust what you have going on here. and you got no power going to it. So a website is powered by backlinks, and you need a lot of backlinks. You need more than your competitors, but it's important to understand that not all backlinks are created equal. You only want good quality backlinks that are mostly related to your services. You don't want to go after Pizza Hut and Burger King, even though they're high-ranking sites, because you don't sell food, and those links would actually hurt you more than they would help you. Have to go after links from websites of other home service-based businesses, magazines related, vendors that are related, etc. And that will increase the score. The more of those you get, your authority and trust in Google rises, and it helps them to index you and rank you. Because you don't have any content going on, you have 0 keywords and 0 traffic. If you have no keywords, there's nothing Google can do to send you customers. So you definitely have to work on this strategy so you can drive those customers and start capturing that 60 to 70% that you're currently missing. If we look at your competition, their specific location also has a poor rating, and it makes sense because there's no point in doing SEO if you can't modify it and do the strategy you need. But because the website is powerful, it is helping to index those 56 keywords and get over 785 people to their website every single month. And when we look at those keywords, there's 10 spots per page on Google. We can see they're in the top 2 positions for all of these local buyer intent keywords, okay? So again, yes, these guys are very beatable, but you are going to have to employ these strategies that I've just shown you today. And when you do that, you have the opportunity to be able to dominate in your area for these services. So please feel free to take this information, run with it, apply it yourself, and start today so you can start driving that traffic and getting more jobs, helping those people in your community. But if you'd rather focus on what you do best and have a partner in growth, contact us at Peterson SEO, because this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. Feel free to reach out, ask any questions you might have, responding to my email, or give us a call, and we'd be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.